Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to find some custom brushes and install them into Photopea. So here we go. There are some options here. So these are great to use for different purposes. You're going to find a ton of brushes online for all sorts of purposes. So it's good to have an idea of what you want in mind before you start. So if I were creating a photograph and I wanted to add some snow effect, I could use this snow brush. Okay, if I wanted to add some bubbles to a photograph, I could use this, some lens flare maybe. If I wanted to do a painting, I could use these watercolor brushes. If I wanted to add the smoke effect, I could do this. So let's go ahead and download these smoke brushes. All right, so it says smoke 13. So what I'm assuming is that there are, oh, this says 15. So there's 15 high quality smoke brushes, okay? 2500 plus pixel size. That means they're bigger than 2500 pixels. So I'm going to download them. And for my students, if you're using a Chromebook, you will have to send me the link so I can extract the file for you, and then I'll upload it to Google Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and extract it right where it's at because I'm going to download it later or delete it off of my computer later. Then I'm going to go to Photopea and I'm going to go to, I have a new document open. So what I'm going to do is go to my brush tool, click on the arrow of the option bar and give it a second. Then I'm going to click on this arrow here. So just like we did with our fonts, you're going to go to load.abr. ABR is the extension for the brushes. And my brush shape should be right here. And I'm going to click on this folder. And now I should have these brushes loaded. So I can look and see up here. They should be visible. So if I scroll down all the way to the bottom, I've got these brushes down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you can use brushes for everything. Lots of different things. You can use them for painting. You can use them for giving a crazy effect to a photograph. There's lots of tutorials on there on how to use Photoshop brushes. Okay, same applies to Photopea. So I'm going to go ahead and change my background to black so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to click on a brush. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because right now it's 2500 pixels and that's way too big. So I'm going to go ahead and go back here and click off. So remember with Photopea, if your brush size is too big, you're not going to be able to see it. All right, so I'm just going to click one time. Actually, I'm going to create a new layer because I like to use my brushes on separate layers. That way I can give different effects, change the color, and things like that. So I'm going to click one time, and it gave me this cool smoke effect. So I can change the brush that I use and use a different brush. If I wanted to change the layer or the color, I always suggest if you're going to change your brush, do a new layer, because once you get that brush onto that layer, you cannot change the individual brush. Let's go ahead and do red. So these are really cool. You can do some really cool effects with these. You can use them for backgrounds on your designs if you wanted to. Let's try one more. I mean, the possibilities are endless with Photoshop brushes. All right, that's a little too small. Sorry, Photopea's running extremely slow right now. Try that one. All right, so you can even drag them, make them look like something different. You can change the settings of them as well. So if you come into the brush panel over here, there's some options. And again, like I tell you guys, mess around with these settings and see what happens when you change the angle or change the roundness of a brush. You can kind of see down here what is going on. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. You can change the spacing between the brush. So if you click and drag, you can change the shape dynamics. You can change how it scatters, the color dynamics. So play with these settings and see what happens when you mess around and push buttons. Okay. Again, it's all about experimenting with these tools.